Hope you're having a great day today. Today is Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you. I hope your morning is going well. I know that mine is going good. I had a great night last night. I closed my video early, went home, finished up, and then went outside with my kids. It was so nice. We went outside, the kids were just playing on the trampoline, walked around the yard, went in the front and sat on the hammocks, and it's so pretty because let's see if I might be able to insert a picture from my phone. We'll see if I can do that or not, but it was I know how to do it. I just don't know if the picture took really good. I took a snapshot, but the sun was going down and it was just beautiful outside. We were sitting on the swings in front and just sitting quiet, talking, and dogs were playing. Ruby was I told you Ruby's a chewer, right? She has her new bacon ball, so she's starting to play with it, which is good. But then she took it and it rolled down the mountain. I was like because walking down that mountain's awful steep, so she went after it and then she went past it and then she came back without it, and I was like, Ruby, go get your ball because I do not want to walk down there. Well, then later on we were sitting up there and then she ran back down to get it, and I was like, yes. So she got it, she was playing with it, chewing it, and I'm like, what a good dog, look at her playing away. And then we happened to look over and there she was chewing the ball all apart in pieces, and I'm like, oh. So the bacon ball did make it. We did have a Kong for her, but she has taken that down the mountain and it's gone now. So she's just a chewer. She's a chewer. She enjoys it, but she's a chewer. So I'm gonna have to try a different ball. I feel like we had tennis balls and things before, but she destroyed those as well. So any recommendations for a good ball for Ruby that she'd like to choose? She likes the bacon scent, but it's got to be some kind of sturdy item. So I don't know, but we had a good time. We sat out there, and we came back in the house when it was getting dark, because it's getting dark a little early. Sat down here, sat and talked. Maddie and Steve were sitting up, the little army guys on the floor playing. They're sitting over here on the floor like, can we leave these here? And I'm like, you sure can. So don't step on the army guys. And then we got to bed at a decent time, which was awesome. It's good to go to bed at a decent time. Get your rest so you can wake up and feel better. I know I feel a whole lot better when I'm able to get in my walk for the day. I'm able to get the rest I need for the day. And it just makes the whole rest of the day flow a whole lot smoother. So we did that, got up today, and then today is my day that I do running with Jaden. So we're gonna go head out to church here in a little bit, and Lauren will come here with kids, do school, all that good stuff that I would do. And then we're going to, I don't have to do any grocery pickup because I ordered that last week for my freezer meals Friday, but we are gonna do a couple meals for neighbors and a friend. And so whenever you're doing a meal for somebody, like a hospitality meal, get containers. We have to pick up some disposable containers that they do not have to return. That is the worst. Like we've had little parties here, cookie parties, things like that. People have always brought dishes and left them, and then I have to always try to return them to them, and it's always hard, and especially when you're a new mom or elderly neighbor, they don't want to do that. So disposable, so that they can just have them. Get plastic ones they can reuse, and even better. And then make a meal that is kind of simple and plain, that they can kind of dish up different ways. I'm going to do tacos and then give all the toppings, and they can make them however they want. That's a good way. And then always include a dessert, because who doesn't love dessert, right? And then you can also do things like, especially if it's like people that don't get out as much, you can include some fresh fruit and vegetables, things like that, because sometimes you don't always get to the store, and you can throw a couple things in there just to have a little bit extra, and they're like, oh, something they can grab for a snack, things like that. And then paper products, I know it goes against the whole realm of saving the earth, but give them a package of paper plates so they have no dishes to do. So, because I know when I was a new mom, the last thing I wanted to do was more dishes because you just want to sit and do nothing. So include as much ease as you can when you're giving a gift like that to somebody, if you can. So that works out, and then give enough for a few days, so they have a few meals for the next couple days. So we're gonna get that stuff today. So I do have to run into, I think I'm gonna go to Aldi. We might hit Walmart depending on where we're at, and pick up a few things that way. So I'm looking at that, and I have a dentist appointment today, so I'll probably close a little bit early. Maybe we'll see how much I get filming here. And then I have to get my last little bit of dental work done, which is awesome. I've been doing it for like a year, getting all my stuff repaired that I've neglected over the years, and thankful for that. So that'll be my day today. So today is also our Less Stuff More Life day. I normally film this later on in the day, but I'm gonna start it out early because I don't know how the rest of my day is gonna go today and how my mouth is gonna feel. So I figured I'd bring it to you right away. So Less Stuff More Life is all about things you can choose in your life. Not necessarily everything I do, not necessarily everything you have to do. It just gives you ideas. We're doing one a week of things that you can change to help add some value to your life, take things out of your life, give you more time in your life, simplify your life. And so I wrote this back in the day when I was a blogger, not back in the day, a few years ago, back in the day, I was a blogger. I wrote some posts, just different things to encourage people. And so when I'm reading through these, I'm like, that's so funny because life was a little bit different back then. And so you just have to go with what your life is and if it's a good thing for you. So we're on week 45. We only got a few more to go, which is, we made it a whole year or so. This one is, the change is to subtract people or things that deduct from your life. Now, I remember when I shared this on my blog, and at the same time I had a lot of little kids, and so I wasn't able to keep up a lot of like friendships, spending time, because hey, I'm busy. And then my friends are like, is that why we haven't hung out in a long time? I'm like, no. And they're like, are you talking about me? And I'm like, no, I'm not talking about you at all. So this is just people in general. So because seasons come in life. I know my life right now is a lot different with Greg being home, with working, and all the kids in different phases that we don't get to do as much social as we would like. So we kind of have to pick what's important for our family and do that. So don't take offense to anybody, none of my friends. So the change is to subtract or deduct things or people from your life. So we have those, right? We all have those. We have all those things. They can be this thing that takes up way too much time in your life. Oh yeah, social media, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all those other ones that take up a lot of time. And sometimes there's people that take up too much time in our lives as well. So why do we need to make this change? Well, we all wish we had more time to do things, right? Like I know there's been things in my before where I was like, oh, I wish I had more time. I wish I had more time to read my word. I wish I had more time to read my kids. I wish I had more time. We have the time. We all have the same 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We just have to make the time. The time that you spend searching on this uses up a whole lot of time. I know you can sit there. Jade and I were just talking about it. She's like, yeah, I've been looking at Amazon and things, you know. She goes, then a few hours later, and I'm like, a few hours later, and I'm like, but I can see that because I remember looking through and going, oh, look at that. And then you start looking and you're like, wow, they sell that. And you start getting going on. And meanwhile, a long time has gone by and you're like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I just sat there and wasted all that time. So you gotta be careful. Your phone can be that way. Sometimes it's just sitting in front of the TV and watching movies, you know, doing the binge watching of movies and just spending time doing that. Some movies are good. It's nothing wrong with sitting and watching a movie. My kids and I watched a movie this week and we enjoyed it. But sometimes you can just be wasting time when you could be doing other things to interact with your kids or something else that you need to do. And then this next one is going to be friends. Now, there's nothing wrong with encouraging a friend, and especially when they're going through a tough time, all those things. But where it gets to be where it's bad in your life is when you're walking away from that and you're feeling yuck. You're feeling drained. Like you just feel, sometimes we feel, especially as Christians, you feel like you need to give everything to this person. Like it's your job to fix this person. It's your job to pour into this person. It's your job to do everything, listen, let them complain, and just get that off their chest. That is not the case. It's not our job to constantly be trying to fix people's problems. Now, there is a time and place where God will give you a word of knowledge, a word of encouragement to give to somebody. Those are all good things. I'm talking when you go, I know I've even heard people like that are in the ministry and they're like, I felt like it was my job, like I constantly had to go. People told me to go here and go pray for this person. No, you have to be God-led in everything you do. Otherwise it will drain you. So always take a step back and go, okay, is this gonna be a time? I know there was a time in my life, and that's not anybody I'm talking about, where I would constantly be with this person and it was negative. No matter how much I tried to turn it positive, it was constantly negative. So you're walking away, and I understand giving people a time and a season. People go through that, so remember that. But if there's never any inkling of wanting to change, never any inkling of accepting or hearing, sometimes you just gotta take a step back. Take a step back, pray, encourage, long distance texting, notes, not phone calls where you're gonna get dragged in for hours because it'll bring you down. I remember getting on the phone and I was like, I'd get off the phone and go, oh my goodness, I just spent an hour of my day and I wasted that. And I'm like, what am I doing? So you have to avoid the negativity that way. Nothing wrong with encouraging, nothing wrong with listening, because sometimes people just need to be a hearer so they can listen, because some people just need to talk through their problems. So take that into consideration as well. This is the ongoing non-stop of the negativity. And it's very easy to keep adding friends into your life activities and things for your kids nonstop, because our world is full of them. There's always a new opportunity to sign up for this. There's an opportunity to sign up for that. There's an opportunity to serve here or do this or go to this ministry or do that sports, or what do they need? Blah, 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 blah. You can go, or more people. Let's get more and more friends. Nothing wrong with having a lot of friends, but that is a lot of time out of your life to upkeep. And so same thing with activities. And I think we talked about that as well. It's important to just kind of say, okay, what are we going to do? And I know we've had to do it too. There's plenty of things in our lives that I've had to go, this is a good thing, but is this what we need to be doing, Lord? It's not. And then I don't. And people might look at you and go, you didn't even participate in that. You should have done that. That was part, and you can't do that. You can't go by guilt. You have to go by God and what he has for you and your family to do to bring that peace. I know a lot of people think we should do more things, and I realized I've stepped before the Lord and said, okay, what is it our family needs to do so it's not crazy, it's not overwhelming, and then do that. Be content in that. Don't worry about the naysayers. Don't worry about the people that are going to talk, because people are going to talk. They always do. You just go with what is good for you and your family. All right, so if you are feeling emotionally drained, especially when spending time with a friend or by doing a lot of activities and you're feeling just drained, all right, take a step back. Maybe ask your spouse or a good friend and say, I need you to pray for me to give me the answers, because I'm not understanding. Do I need to step back from this activity or this person? And do that. Take the time for that to see if they need to come out of your life. So how do you make this change? Sometimes it doesn't seem really easy, right? It can be a gradual pullback. Now, some people you have to cut out. It's going to be family, best friends, even your coworkers. Now, it doesn't mean that you just put a wall and never speak to them again. You can take a step back and you can encourage. You can become less engaged. You can just say, nope, I just can't do that today, or I just can't do that or participate in that. Take a step back. Don't just leave them. Send a little encouraging thing once in a while, but keep that distance. And sometimes when you have commitments and full schedules, and this was more back in the day when I had little ones and we were running all the time and doing this, doing that, and then when my husband got home from work, barely had time to sit down and talk with him because it's so busy. So you have to watch that. But I know, like, even our lives right now, we're both super busy with things going on, so the days get harder to spend that one-on-one time. And so both of us get frustrated because we're not making time for each other. And so it's important to go, okay, where can I block out here so that I can make that time, or maybe set aside another time just to make sure that you get that in. We shouldn't be going through life on this hamster wheel. It seems like that's what life is like. Go through work, pay the bills, go through work, pay the bills. We don't want to be that hamster wheel. We want to be enjoying life and doing the things that God wants us to do to bring joy into our own lives. So you gotta take a step back and look and say, what is it I need to cut out that's bringing way too much negativity into my life? And I know that I want my children to learn to be happy, that even when they're not doing something. I think contentment is a really hard thing for people to learn, to do nothing. I know, like to sit at home and relax a little bit, or not to be in every activity. I want them to learn that they don't have to be involved with everything, that they can sit back and enjoy the happiness of not doing as well. There's nothing wrong with doing, but there's also good to have that balance. I also want them to learn that when they have friends, to really pick those ones that are really going to add value. They can encourage, there's nothing wrong with that, but to see, is this going to be a person that's going to add some value to my life as well? It's going to be that twofold, where one balances out the other, right? They encourage back and forth. That's the kind of friends you want to have. And so the best thing you do is sit before the Lord and say, Lord, what do I need to take out? What do I need to do? Talk to your husband. Ask your husband, what is it I need to take out of my life? If you don't have a husband, ask a good friend that is a good prayer partner with you. If you're having a hard time listening to God, you can always go right to God, but you can go to one person. You can say, hey, is there something you're seeing that's stressing my life out that I need to take out of my life? And sincerely ask, and be sincerely willing to hear it when they say it. Now, this can be a hard thing to do because we are generally a people pleaser and we want to do everything right. We want to be the mom that helps out at school, the mom that helps out at church, the mom that does all these things for our kids, and the friend that's there, always there. But you have to realize, you got to put that line. You got to go, okay, this is all I can do. That's it. I'm one person, and not feel bad, and not look at somebody else and go, wow, they're doing all that, so I need to be doing that. I know myself right now, my life is so different than it was, 7-8 years ago. There's no way I would be doing what I do right now, even 8 years ago. 8 years ago. Yeah, because he's 8. So life was just a whole lot different. So you have to look and go, okay, this is something feasible, or this is not. And don't long for it. Don't go, I remember looking and seeing friends that get ready in the morning, they curl their hair and they would get ready for church, and I was like, wow, I wish I could do that. Well, you know what, my time came. I can curl my hair every day, I can blow dry it, I can do it every single day of my life now. But I had to wait for my season in life when I could. So earnestly seek the Lord, ask what you need to take out of your life to make it more peaceful. So, all right, deduct or subtract people or things from my life. I know, it might be a tough one, but seek the Lord. He sees your heart. He knows what you need. So, all right, so now I'm gonna get my day ready. Today I have on my list, the kids are gonna have yogurt cups for breakfast, so I'm gonna take those out with, we have some other food, like their sausage and French toast, and they're gonna make the pizza muffins for lunch, so I'm gonna take some of those out so Lauren can just put them in the air fryer. And we're gonna make jambalaya. I'm gonna mix that up, put it in the pressure cooker, and just turn it on and let it cook. It's slow. People leave for work and they put it in their slow cooker and cook it all day. So that's what I'm doing. And then tomorrow for lunch, we're gonna have stromboli. So I'm gonna take that out of the freezer, put that in the refrigerator so it can thaw and get, you know, so we can be ready to cook it tomorrow. So let's get all the food out so we're ready for today and tomorrow. All right, so I decided the breakfast is easy. I put those out on a plate. They will kind of thaw in the refrigerator a little bit. And the kids, you can either put them in the microwave for like 15 seconds, or I'll just put them on a plate in the refrigerator. They'll have that for breakfast along with like some sausage or French toast, whatever they want with it. And then lunch, I was gonna just take out some of those pizzas. Then I started counting up and I'm like, well, I don't really know how many they'll eat. So I'll just put, there's 24, which there would be there's gonna be 8 people here. 8 people here, so they might eat 2 or 3, I don't know. So I decided just to leave those in there, and she can cook as many as they want. They can put them in the oven, you can put them in the air fryer, you can even put them in the microwave, whatever works for you. See how that's done? And then the jambalaya is in here. Smells delicious. Love that. It's one of my favorite dishes. My version of jambalaya, not the real one. But done. My meals are done for the day. That's one less worry about doing anything. And I've done all my housework yesterday, so I don't really have to do anything today. Lauren, she just has to focus on school today and spend time with the kids. That's all I require, which is good. That I'm able to do my running. So I'm gonna go sit and work on my laptop for a little bit, listen to my sermon before I have to go. But that's how my morning starts out. These I'll leave for the kids. They know their list to do. We've got the thing on the wall over here for everybody. On the refrigerator, not the wall. What they have to do. So Tuesday comes, they know exactly what to do. The little kids have their charts over there. Where are we at? Over there? Oh, wait, sorry, the camera over there. So everyone knows what's expected. They'll do their jobs. The animals will get fed. All the important things are done. I just make sure that I do my stuff, and mine is just making sure meals are out for everybody. So that's how you plan. That's why freezer meals, I feel, are good. Even if you didn't do it for every single day, people are like, why do you do it every day? You can make it so much easier fresh. Well, if you want to be in the kitchen at 4 o'clock, yes, it can be, but I don't want to be. We're most times out and gone. That's what works for us. But even like today, I'm gonna be out, I'm gonna go to the dentist, not sure how I'm gonna feel. When I come home, I think that what most people fall into is, I'm so tired, or kids are starving, so let's just go out to eat. And they do. We don't do that. We don't have that option to do that. So, I mean, I guess we have that option, but we don't choose to do that. So this is a meal and it's done, which is easy. It's something simple. Everybody will eat it. it's easy to go. Same thing with lunch and breakfast are done, no worries. So let me get my earbud in here, finish listening to my sermon. I love it. It was all about whatever he says to it, and it talked about being God-led, and if God tells you not to do something, not to hang out with certain people or to take things out of your life, then do it. Don't be offended, and you focus on him. So I was like, thank you, Lord, for good confirmation of what I just said this morning. So all right, I'm gonna go work, and then in a few minutes you'll see me and Jaden and I in the car going to do our running. All right, told you next clip was car. Here we are, Jaden, 45 degrees. How do you feel?
Cold.
Cold. It'll get warm today. So we're gonna go head out and go do our running at church right now, and then we'll see you like in a second. All right, we did it. We are finished with church stuff, so now we're gonna go run. Jaden, I had a great idea to get some more apples because we're out of fresh fruit and veggies, so we're gonna go head over here to the orchard where they sell bushels of apples for us to eat. And maybe next week we'll do some applesauce, I'm thinking, but we'll just get some to eat. All right, we came to the apple place. So I was gonna get Pink Ladies, and then she brought us ambrosia apples, and she said, here, try one of these. So we're gonna eat one of those. That's what we're gonna get. Good, isn't it? Is that crispy and delicious? All right, love our local apple people. So they'll, okay, let me hold on to make sure I'm not gonna hit anybody. You just buy the bushel of apple. Oh, I gotta go this way. Hold on one second.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, so I had to get out of there real quick. So they are an apple distributor, and they pick their own apples, family-based business. We turned down a little bit, it's really high. There we go. They were gonna go out of business a few years ago because they weren't selling enough apples. So I always come here because they're not like an apple orchard. We can go have fun stuff. They literally are a family doing apples, and it's the daughter does it there. So she's super sweet. So we go every year and get all our apples, great price. And so she just said, I was gonna get Pink Ladies, and she's like, that's my #2 favorite. And she says, Jonagle's my favorite. And she goes, but these are my real close. And I'm like, what kind? So she let me try ambrosia.
Very good.
They're good. They're really good. So I'm liking those. So I'm gonna go back and get some for applesauce, but I'm gonna do that next week. So I said, well, last year I did some. I can't remember what I got last year. I'm gonna have to look at my video, and it was okay. It was just a little more watery. So I'd like to. She said, I mixed mine. I'm like, So I'm thinking I'm gonna mix my apples as well. So I said, well, I'll be back next week, probably on Tuesday. We'll go and collect a bunch of, but why not Tuesday? Thursday, maybe, because it's close to Friday. That'll be my gather fragment applesauce day. So I'll go and get a bunch of them, and then I can make a bunch of applesauce. So that's good. So find a local place that sells them. Usually we have a lot of apple places here that you just drive on out. There's a ton of like.
We live in apple country.
Yeah, I didn't realize North Carolina's like apple country, which is interesting. So Michigan is apples, but I didn't think North Carolina would be. But this is apple country.
We just live in, or at least we live in like one of the most mountainous areas.
Yeah, I just would never picture this as being like apple country, really. But yeah, so apples are really good. So ambrosia apples, the way to go this year. I think last year we tried Arkansas black. That was another one we had. James doing good. So we're gonna go ahead. I had to take a little bit longer getting stuff done, but we're gonna go ahead. I was gonna hit the dollar store, skip at the dollar store. I'm like, the Lord just is speeding me up. That's all. We're gonna go to Walmart and get everything at Walmart. They have pans there, and I think if I just go to the dollar store, I'm gonna spend more because they have Christmas stuff. That's all I really wanted to see was the other stuff. So we're gonna go to Walmart, pick up the supplies we need so we can get home because I gotta leave for my appointment. So, all right, going to Walmart. All right, Walmart had these for 2 for $1. So I got them here. We got all the ingredients that we needed, and we're gonna go head out. All right, so that was quick and fast. I didn't show really anything I got because it's not really for you guys. It was just for us to get for someone else. So we're gonna go head home and drop Jaden off, and then I gotta go head to the dentist. So you saw the car riding. That was me heading to South Carolina. So I dropped off everything at home, groceries there. I ran out real quick, and I was like, I wanted to go walking before I came here, but I didn't think I'd have that much time. I only got an extra about 20 minutes. So I was like, I might as well come here. Maybe I can get in early and get out. So that's good. This is going to be closing my video. What I'm going to do is go and get my teeth done. And one more thing, I signed up for a year worth of fixing, and I'm very happy with what I got for my year fixing. So I'm going to do this. Probably not gonna feel like talking too much afterwards. We'll see, might be. We'll just see how we feel. But then I'm gonna go ahead back home and then grab up the kiddos, and then we're gonna go head to our park, the nice park with the water. Lauren's gonna be there with the kids, so she'll sit with the kids, and I'm gonna go do a few laps, get some exercise in, and then gonna sit there with the kids while they play. I think I'm gonna take dinner, take some of our jambalaya with us, and apples, because we got apples and jambalaya, and then we'll have a nice, relaxing evening, come home, work a little bit on this video. Not too much that I have to do today, so kind of an easy day for me. That's what I'm doing. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Remember, what is it? We're gonna cut out people, cut out people and things that are affecting your life negatively. You don't need that negative thing at all. So not at all. All right, have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll see you again tomorrow. All right, bye.